Welcome to this tutorial for any card at any number. I want to start this video by saying a massive thank you to thecardin.co.uk for sending me this package with 4 decks of playing cards in, I believe, although I have no idea what's inside this package, so it is time to find out, but we won't waste too much time and then we will dive straight into the any card at any number tutorial. So let's head outside, because it's quite nice weather, which is a bit unusual for England, and unwrap these cards, and then get into learning any card at any number. Once again, I've got to say that the Cardin are absolutely smashing it out the park with the unboxing experience. I always really enjoy getting packages from them, because every single one will be wrapped up like this in tissue paper. You get some free stickers, and you also get some little deck protector things. It's great. So let's unwrap this first package and see what we get. Okay, we have the Bicycle Inspire playing cards in blue. Interesting, I have never seen these cards before, but they look really, really nice. Second deck in the package, a Jerry's Nugget deck. Oh my goodness, that is fantastic. Jerry's Nuggets, this is the first time I've ever owned Jerry's Nuggets in any way. I didn't have any of the first edition ones, so it's great to have the second edition ones. Okay, so let's crack open the red package and see what we get. Haha! The Gatorbacks. These are the David Blaine Gatorbacks. That's incredible. Yeah, another David Blaine deck, the white ones. At the end of the tutorial section of this video, I will take a closer look at these cards. But for now, let's get to why you're watching this video. This is fantastic. Very, very excited to have these 4 brand new decks of playing cards. Jerry's Nuggets, a couple of Gatorbacks, and the Bicycle Inspire playing cards. And for this tutorial, I'm going to be using the gold-black Gatorbacks to teach you any card at any number. First of all, what is any card at any number? It's exactly what it sounds like. A magician asks the spectator to name any card. It is a free choice, and then he asks them to name any number. Again, totally free choice, no force, no stack either, no stack required. You can have a shuffled deck. There can even be cards missing so long as they name a card that's in the deck. So technically it can be a borrowed deck if you want it to. You take the cards, you deal down in the deck, and their card is at their number. Before we get started, I realise that any card at any number is very overdone. It seems that every magician and his cactus seems to have an any card at any number of their own, and this one uses some very simple techniques. It is probably the most simple any card at any number I know, but it does the job, it's very effective and very fooling. So, let's learn this routine. I'm obviously going to start with a performance of the trick because you need to know what the trick actually looks like. So here we go, I'm going to shuffle the pack up, imagining that we are just in a performance situation, and I ask them to name any card at all, and they can look through the deck and see a card if they want to, if you're using someone's borrowed deck, or they can just name any card at all, and that would be completely fine. So, you give the deck a shuffle, and the card that they name is the 3 of clubs. Let's say they name the 3 of clubs. Maybe I'm performing for Penn and Teller or someone, I don't know. 3 of clubs, excellent. What number do they want? Let's go for 17. And I will now deal 17 cards, and the 17th card we will put to one side. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17, that's the 17th card, and if they'd have gone one more it wouldn't have been the 3 of clubs, because the only card that would have worked is the 17th card. They said 17, 3 of clubs, 17, 3 of clubs. From a shuffled deck, no forces, it's a clean and simple any card, any number, and I'm very happy to teach it to you. So let's get right into how this is done. Sharpie is here to help. Not that you're going to be much help, Sharpie, I'm sorry. But they don't select a card, they just name it. So they name any card. They can look at the deck and name any card. And the idea is that you need to know where that card is. That is the first stage of this trick. So the full performance would be something like this. After they've shuffled the deck, you place the cards down and you say, what I want you to do is name any card for me. They say the Queen of Diamonds, let's say. That's just another card, random card, but it could be any card. So Sharpie says the Queen of Diamonds. At this point I do something very interesting presentationally, which I'm going to share with you because I think it makes the trick so much more powerful. The interesting presentational point I do looks a little bit like this. So they've shuffled the deck, genuinely shuffled order, and at this point I take the cards back and I give them one final shuffle and just sort of lay them in my hands like this. This is a very casual moment. You don't need to make a big point of the fact that you're the one holding onto the cards. You're just holding them. You're not going to do a deck switch or anything like that, but you're just holding them. And you now invite them to name any card, and you start with the card, and that's a very important thing. So you start with the card, and Sharpie says, let's say, the Queen of Diamonds. And as she is saying the Queen of Diamonds, suddenly Sharpie has a gender now, I'm sorry for assuming your gender. When she says the Queen of Diamonds, you want to remember that card, but now you're going to go on a little bit of a tangent and talk about something else. And the thing that I talk about in my presentation is the idea of any card at any number. So I briefly explain to the spectator what any card at any number is, which makes the trick a little bit more impactful because you've explained what the trick is in a way and how important it is. So as she said the Queen of Diamonds, you go, actually hold that thought. As she said the card for the first time at the beginning of the trick, and you go, actually hold that thought. I want to talk a little bit about any card at any number. As you're looking through the deck, you are taking her card and controlling it to the top. When she says the card for the first time, then you're going to go on the tangent as if you've forgotten the card. So while you're talking, it's as if you've forgotten the card, so when you ask her again, it's like, I didn't get it before, just say it again and remind me. Of course, you haven't forgotten the card because you've loaded it right on top of the deck. But that sneaky little psychological thing makes everything else so impossible, because now she's coming up with the card and the number, and for all intents and purposes, you are not changing the order of these cards. You're now going to begin the dealing process, and the trick happens from here onwards. It's like a false start for the trick, but you've already gathered the information of the card. At this point, you can even say something like, I'm not going to look through the cards to find the Six of Clubs. I'm not going to cut the deck. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to deal. So here we go. You said 10, didn't you? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this is the 10th card. We'll put that to one side. Again, this is just what I would do. You don't have to do this, but I like showing the other cards before revealing this, because it's almost like they're looking at these cards. They're not seeing the Six of Clubs here. It builds up the idea, well, maybe, just maybe he was right, and he's done what he just described as the Holy Grail of magic. You're hyping your trick up a little bit. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. At that point, they can turn it over, Six of Clubs. So what happened there, sleight of hand wise, we'll use the 6 again. It's on top. We've done our work to control it, and we've done our little false start as if the trick's starting from here. I'm not going to change the order of the cards. You pick the deck up and you get ready to do a second deal. I like second deals, and I've taught the second deal on this channel, so if at this point you don't know the second deal, that's completely fine. I've taught it in a big video talking about everything to do with the psychology and the sleight of hand, so make sure to go and watch that video if you want to do this trick. You can also, of course, do a bottom deal, but the issue with that is you might flash the card. The way that I do it is, if they say 10, the 10th card is a first deal, a normal fair deal. But let's say they say 10, so I'll do it from a bad angle for you to show this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that last one's a fair deal, just a fair deal straight onto the table. I can then take that card, or they can take it, put it to one side, show the others. It's not there, the Ace of Clubs. It's also not here. Don't give them too much time, just build up the hype. You said 10, Ace of Clubs, I'm not going to touch the card. That's a great moment. that's a great moment of magic. So I'm not going to give too much advice on the second deal in this video, because I've done a whole video on the second deal. This trick might not end up in your repertoire, but I think it should certainly end up in your sort of backup go-to tricks. So obviously on the channel recently I've been talking a lot about when magic goes wrong and what to do when magic goes wrong and the sort of backup things you should have. You know, I've been teaching things like deck switches and simple bits of sleight of hand like the retention cuts. There are things that are really useful to know when tricks go wrong, because if you end up in a sticky situation, moves and tricks like this can really get you out of those situations. So if ever I'm in a trick where something goes completely disastrously wrong, I can simply get them to name any card at all. Let's say they say the 9 of diamonds, and I can go straight into any card at any number. With a simple cut of the deck and a second deal, I've got an effect right there. With very little work, I've got an effect that I'm quite happy performing, and I think it's a really powerful trick. These cards were very kindly sent to me by the Card In, and so I want to talk a little bit about these cards, take a look at this deck and the other deck, and sort of review and compare them. And I'm also going to give you a very special discount, a very generous discount that the Card In have set up just for the people viewing my channel. So yeah, let's open the cards. So this right here is the second David Blaine deck that was sent to me by the Card In. This is the silver and white Gatorbacks, the silver Gatorbacks. So I'm going to crack this open out of the deck protector. So let's take a look at these, the white silver Gatorbacks. I will just zoom in for you because I really think just looking at that as like the shine on the box, absolutely incredible. The detailing in that foil, goodness me. And then on the other side, I don't even know if that will come across on camera, maybe not when it's in the plastic, but there's another intricate design on here as well. So let's open these cards up and see what is inside. So beyond the plastic, you get this lovely matte finish box. It says Gatorbacks playing cards right there in white on white, and then obviously you've got the silver Gator right here. The back again, just appreciating that. Absolutely fantastic. No seal, which I am actually a big fan of. I sometimes think that seals are a little bit pesky. On here there's an 8 of spades reveal on the tabs of the box. Inside, taking a look at the cards, goodness me, that silver just continues. These cards have just been absolutely soaked in silver. Fantastic. These are cards that I would not mind performing with live. They sort of give off a really luxury feel and just, yeah, handle so well. Sometimes with cards that are very over-inked, sometimes you really feel that, but here you absolutely just still get that quality. Really, really good. One of the cards in the deck is David Blaine swimming with an alligator in a tank of water, and there's sort of bubbles and cards floating around him. Really, really nice artwork. And then the other image is a little girl with an alligator. It's just strange imagery, but it really, really works. 8 of spades, look at that. Fantastic. Just so good, an alligator swimming up to catch a bird. The order that the cards come in, some people will be annoyed at that. I think some non-magicians will be annoyed that the deck comes shuffled. It's not shuffled, it's a specific order that I very much appreciate. So yeah, this is the Gatorbacks design. It's quite similar to the ones that I've been using in this video, but obviously silver and not gold. So comparing the two then, which one do I prefer? Blimey, that is one hell of a question. I am not actually entirely sure which one I prefer. I think I like the silver ones just a little bit more, although it's very, very close. Very, very equal. And you could use both decks in a trick where, you know, cards sort of change colour, in this case from silver to gold. I think that would be really appreciated. Another card here at the end of the little girl sort of flying like Mary Poppins with an alligator. And then this one, Split Spades logo right there. All of the cards in the rest of the deck, fantastic. So, so good, such a good inclusion, and something that I am definitely going to be treasuring. Cardin are offering you a 10% discount on a certain range of playing cards, and they've called that range the Cavan selection, because I've selected some of my absolute favourite decks, and the Cardin have thrown in some fan favourites as well, and you can get any of those decks, or all of them, for 10% off by using the code CAV. Very simple, but does the job. 10% off by using the code CAV. Some of the decks that are in the sale are the Ace Fulton Casino playing cards that I've reviewed and looked at in a previous episode. Also the Gemini Casino cards in purple and the sort of gold ones that I've also done tutorials with here. What else? More Ace Fulton Femme Fatale cards, the Parlour Deck Red Edition, and the David Blaine Rose Gold Gatorbacks. I might have to pick up some of those to add to my collection. There's a load of great stuff on there, so make sure to go and check them out, thecardin.co.uk. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you did enjoy this and learn something from it. This is any card at any number, one of the tricks that's just so simple but so effective. If you did enjoy it, make sure to click the thumbs up button down below. You can smash it if you want to. And if you're new to the channel and you've never seen a video from me before, then hello, my name is Cavan. I talk about magic and mentalism, react to it, unbox playing cards, do tutorials, all that sort of stuff. So if that sounds like something that you would be interested in, then you can subscribe to the channel down below and see more videos from myself. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.
I think you're gonna have to be gentle. Or you're gonna have to go very slow.